Don't make your child the victim of your time constraints. Very well written. Make sure that these little bundle of joys are your stress relievers. So much in this slide. Don't let your child be the victim of your mood. If you have a stressful day, if you have a stressful business meeting, don't let your child suffer, please. And make out some valuable time for your child. Give quality time to your child. If you are calm, then only your child is cheerful because he is watching you. In the very beginning, I told you, don't be worried if your child is not listening to you, but be worried if he or she is watching you. So raise yourself before raising your child, dear mothers and fathers. Next slide. Next, please. See, it's a child growth chart, the milestones. Sorry. From 2 to 6 years, he's climbing the ladder and he's going there. You all have to be watchful, very carefully during this journey. In terms of diet, in terms of growth, in terms of mental development, physical development, behavioral problems he or she is facing, everything. So this is the growth chart and it has to be like this. If your child has delayed milestones, he has started speaking late, he has started walking late, or you see that there is some kind of problem in your child. If he is not following the instructions, his behaviors are here and there. So definitely please consult a doctor and go for the formal assessment of the child. We can never label the child if he or she is 6 years below, but we can definitely go for the formal assessment of the child. Say these days the mothers are really eating junk food. I rather don't want to comment more on this. N number of hyperactive children are there. So ADHD cases, learning disability cases, autism. Why these disabilities? Why? I think the mothers have a role to play. Sorry to say, the food has a role to play. The vibrations have the role to play. So we have to rectify the system at the ground root level. Next slide. See, very quickly, 2 years old child, he's able to run, he's able to kick a ball, he walks up and down stairs. If your child is at this age and not showing these things, you need to see a doctor. You need to see a pediatrician, sir. If he's a 2 years old child, he can build a small tower in blocks, able to turn the pages, he can look at the book independently. He might use one hand more frequently, he can scribble spontaneously, he can point downwards, he can name the objects, he can speak 2-word sentences as well if he or she is 2 years old. But if there is an impairment in the speech, if the speech is delayed, you need to see a doctor. If any milestone is delayed, you need to see a doctor. Next, please. Next slide. 3 years old. He may like to jump off steps. He wants to start pedaling a tricycle. He will try to write with pencil, cutting with the scissors, throw a ball, the name of the color and the food. He can tell his or her name, can name most familiar things as well. Copies, adults and friends. You might have seen children copying their grandparents. At 3 years of age, this thing is being developed.
Hello.
He can separate easily the mom and the dad. So these are the points where you can see that your child is 3 years old and he can show all these. If he or she is missing, you can see our pediatrician, sir. Next slide, please. Quickly, 4 years old. He can define now 5 words. Now he can define 5 words. He can name 4 colors. He can tell stories, short stories. He can express himself. He can tell the poems, he can sing the song, 2-3 lines of the song, he can say first and the last name, he can avoid the hazards, he can play with the friends, he likes to play with the friends rather, he starts understanding the time, he can copy a circle and cross, he may run a lot, he can balance on 1 foot now for 2 seconds or for a shorter period of time, he can start getting better with the ball games. So at the age of 4, your child can develop such things. Your child can is able to do such things rather. Next, ma'am. But if there's any delay, please consult our pediatrician, sir. So very quickly, I hope I am making sense to all of you. Are you all with me? Better. So developmental milestones 3 to 4 years. 3 से 4 साल का बच्चा आप क्विकली अपने बच्चे को माइंड में रख के क्विकली देख सकते हैं. If there is any discrepancy, you can consult the doctor and you can underline. So communication में 3 से 4 साल का बच्चा क्या करेगा? He can follow 2 to 3 steps of unrelated activities. He can know the opposite words. He can take 3 to 4 turns in conversation. Speech paired similar to an adult. His speech is paired like an adult at the age of 3, we can say, maximum 3 to 4. Motor skills. He can catch and he can throw a ball. His fine motor, all skills are developed by this age. He can colors within the lines. He can do the zipper and unzip it. He can imitate the horizontal lines and the circle. Now about thinking and problem solving. It's a very important point. He can, relates detailed experiences. 3 and 4 years old child can. Yes, my friend did that in the class. You know, Mama, what happened? One of the friends did this activity. So he will definitely share. Understands how and why questions. क्यों किया ऐसा आपने? कब किया? He will understand that